There we go. We are now live on YouTube, live on Twitter, live on TikTok. Let's go live on YouTube mobile real quick. Is this your full-time job? Yes, it is, brother. This is what I do for a living. Let's go. This is Thursdays NFL. How was your Wednesday, guys? How did Wednesday treat you guys? As I'm going live on YouTube mobile. There we go. We are live on all platforms now, guys. Let's talk. We're talking NFL today. We got Thursday night football. Obviously, we all wish it was probably a better game, but we do with what we got, man. We do with what we got. Let me go. Let me turn this brightness down. This brightness is way too up. No, there we go. There we go. That's more natural. Let's talk running. Let's have G-Man's, bro. All you do is run, man. If you guys are interested in joining a run club, my man G-Man's got a run club, man. You guys can run all the miles, man. What up, guys? Happy Thursday, man. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. We're about to get started in another minute or so. We are discussing Thursday night football, and we got a college football game to discuss. We're going to discuss sides, totals, props, whatever you guys want, man. Made to get 1.5 touchdowns. We can discuss that. G-Mans, there you go, brother. You got a runner right there, man. Runner and a track star. May, since you're here early, brother, I got you. Or Asensio, since you're here early, is taking Drake May to get 1.5 touchdowns, passing touchdowns, right? Is that a good play there? Okay. I'm looking at the Jets, okay, and we know they have a terrible offense, right? And that creates problems for their defense, and it has all season long. But despite having such a terrible offense and the offense not putting the defense in good situations, these defensive numbers are still pretty good, man. These defensive numbers are still pretty good against the pass, against the run. I don't think this is a game where Drake May has to do too much, man. I don't think he has to do too much. They are one of the top teams at run frequency, at just trying to get the rock in their running backs' hands. I know they're kind of down running backs right now. I don't love Drake May to get 2 passing touchdowns. I thought he was pretty lucky last week with those big plays. I'm not in love with it. I see more of a running attack, just kind of ground and pound, just get in, get out, man. Find me on IG, yeah, man. Patriots, New England is running a lot. Yep, exactly, man. We're kind of thinking the same thing. Primetime games, the underdog has been covering. I'm glad you brought that up, brother, because I track all this stuff, man. I look into all this stuff. In terms of the dog covering on primetime, yes. In the last 3 out of the last 4 dogs have covered, and actually 2 of them have won outright. But the favorites were smacking for a long time before that. The favorites had hit 8 in a row. And now the dogs are barking a little bit, guys. Like I've always told you, man, these markets are about balance. There's some sort of balance here. I think the favorites, will start to hit again. And we could talk about if maybe today is a good spot for it. Let's start with the side. Should we start with the side or the total? Or over or under? Do you guys want to start with the side or the total? Somebody just type in side or total. My man Rabbit wants to talk about the over-under. Valley wants to talk about the total. Somebody else wants to start with props. Let's start with the side or total. Side or total. Total. Side, total. Yeah. Let's go total real quick, and then we're going to go to the side, guys. So we're going to talk about... let's start with the total. That's fine. I said I would. Let's go. Give me red for the over. Give me blue for the under. How are you guys playing the total? And then we'll talk about the side. Give me red for the over. Give me blue for the under. How are you guys playing this thing? This total is set at 43.5. Okay, 43.5 is what the total is set at. We're talking about the Jets at New England today. Over or under? Red for the over. Blue for the under. Hit the follow button, guys. If it's your first time here, hit the follow button. If you guys want to join the squad, the link is in bio. Link is above if you guys want to join the squad. Let's talk about this over or under real quick, guys. So I just made a video about this real quick. And just to kind of go off of the points that I made there, guys. You have 2 teams that automatically I already kind of like to fade what you just saw, right? We just saw both of these games go over in their last game, right? The Jets with Cleveland and New England with Tampa. Both of those games went over, okay? But it's really how those games went over. The Jets had to have 2 special teams touchdowns, 2 touchdowns on special teams, and 1 screen pass that went the distance and went 42 yards. Likewise, the New England Patriots depended on 3 big touchdowns, three big plays to get touchdowns. That was 21 points there. Again, I'm not saying big plays are not a part of the game. They definitely are, but for you to get the majority of your points off of those, I think that's kind of inflated. That kind of is going to inflate the number here a little bit. I think in terms of run frequency, you have 2 of the top 10 teams in run frequency so far this year. These teams want to run the ball. The Jets are number 6 in run frequency. That's all they want to do. That's all they can do. New England, on the other hand, they are number 7 in terms of run frequency. So you have 2 teams that want to run the ball. Both of them do it with, let's see, the success rate. Not that much success, to be honest. The Jets looks like they're averaging 5 yards a carry. The success rate numbers don't look that great, but they both want to run the ball. They both want to establish the run. On top of that, you have a New England team that runs at the 4th slowest pace. The Jets are kind of middle of the pack, but I would expect New England, since they're favored at home here, 14 points almost, you would expect the New England Patriots to be able to dictate the pace here. They're also apart from being a slow team, they're also like a keep away team, a time of possession kind of team. Number 7 in terms of time of possession. Neither of these teams are really blow you out of the water in terms of third down conversions. They're kind of the Jets are 28th, of course. New England is number 7. Their defenses are really good at stopping third downs. I think this has the makings of an under here, guys. You have a colder temperature coming in now, and you see the under starting to hit a little bit more often. And again, 2 teams that want to run the ball, that keeps the clock running. The Jets don't trust Justin Fields to throw the ball. Only made 3 pass attempts the entire game last game. I think this is an under for me, guys. And again, it's a little inflated because of the two games that they're coming off of, and on the season, they combine for 12-7. I'm a little surprised to see them combine for 12-7 because New England, again, their offense has kind of taken off, but everybody kind of has the idea that New England is kind of blowing teams out of the water. I mean, they're kind of been skating by a little bit. Like I said, 3 big plays last week. We should do who each team played last Sunday. Yeah, that's exactly who I just talked about. The Jets played Cleveland, and that game went over. New England played Tampa, and that game went over. Patriots in the blowout. We're about to talk about the side. Careless says, I'm going with the over, but why? I know a lot of people are on the over. I need to know why. Let me see what the poll says. Those of you guys that are on the over, looks like you guys are mostly leaning under, but those of you that are on the over, let me know why. I get it, New England can score points, and they definitely have scored points. Their offense looks really good. Their offense on the road, the offense at home does look like it takes a little bit of a step back. Looks like they've done most of their offensive attack on the road. So they're at home here. They haven't played as great. And again, this is the Jets. You're favored by 14 points. I get it. It's a division game. You're not going to take this lightly, but how excited can you really be about the Jets? Wouldn't you rather just get in and get out? Keep the game plan as vanilla as possible. Just get in, get out, and take your 10 days rest, man. Jets have a lot of their players questionable. Their defense, yes. A lot of their defense is quite so. So you make a very good point. Thank you for bringing that up because yes, the Jets, their defense is looking pretty crazy. So we already know they were sellers at the. They made a fire sale at the trade deadline. So they got rid of Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. Those are 2 huge pieces of that defense that they got rid of. And then in terms of injuries, yeah, you're going to be missing your one of your starting cornerbacks, Thomas. He's out for this game. And then you're on the defensive line, you do have McDonald and Phillips. They're both questionable as well. So definitely good point there. You definitely have some questionable marks there on the defensive side that are pretty concerning. But I'm about to make a point on the defensive players that were traded away. The Jets covered the last 3 meetings in New England. that was the gap. That was the gap between Tom Brady and. So if you guys rewind back, the Patriots were owning the Jets, right? All those years that that Brady was there. So you're talking about the gap that before Drake May hasn't played a full game against the Jets. And last year he suffered a concussion. He didn't finish the game. And the other game I think was either Mac Jones or Jacoby Brissett. So guys, let's talk about the side real quick. Drake is the new Brady, man. Sounds like a lot of people are banking on that. All right, guys, let's talk about the side because some of these defensive players that are not going to be here today, I think this is going to play a key role, and a lot of people are not really taking it into account. Real quick, guys, let's go to the side. Give me red for the Jets. Give me blue for the Patriots. How are you guys playing the side? This number is set at 12.5 currently. Red for the Jets, blue for the Patriots. How are you guys playing this one? I do have some interesting takes about this one. I might be breaking my rules a little bit here, man. I'm a little undecided on the side, but let me give you the information that I do have. Hit the follow button, guys, if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. Discord for like the last week, it's just really been just kind of win one, lose one. We kind of been breaking even, man. At any point, we're just gonna pop this thing open. That's kind of how this goes. We go in neutral for a little bit, or we go on, and then we come back and we pop off, man. We've had some crazy heaters this year. We've gone 10-0 in a single week, week 3. We went 9-0, 9-1 the next week. Tonight could be the making of another big week. I feel like I'm more prepared now too. I can focus on NFL and college football. I think it's going to pay off. Let's talk about the side real quick between the Jets and the Patriots, guys. This line opened up at 10.5. The New England Patriots were favored by 10.5 at home. This thing is up to 12.5. We saw this thing as high as 13, maybe even 13.5, but it looks like it's settling back down at 12.5. And usually I come on here and I tell you guys, yeah, be careful with these division games. These division games are really, really, really key for the dog, especially such an ugly dog. Last week I came on here and I told you guys Raiders, or I ended up on the Raiders. And as ugly as that was, the angle with that was that you were in Denver in a division game against a Broncos team that just lets everybody hang around. Like, their offense was terrible. The New England offense is not terrible, okay? And the Jets are probably just as bad or worse than the Raiders. And we just talked about how last week the Jets were gifted 2 touchdowns on special teams, right? They had both a kickoff and a punt return. I don't think it had ever happened before where there was a punt and a kickoff returned for a touchdown within minutes of each other, I think. So they got back-to-back scores on special teams. I think that's going to give them that's going to make them a little bit inflated here, or at least give them a little bit of false hope here. The Patriots on the other side, I told you, yes, they benefited from 3 big plays, but those were at least plays that were drawn up, and they don't have as much randomness as special teams plays have, okay? I hinted on this when I was talking about the total. Guys, we can't rely on the Jets' passing attack. They have 0 passing attack. In fact, if you take away that 42-yard screenplay that went for a touchdown last week, Justin Fields ends up at almost negative yards again. Okay, this is the second time this year. He did it against the Broncos in London earlier this year. Justin Fields, Tyrod, it doesn't matter who's starting at quarterback. Both of these guys are just terrible in terms of going through the progression. And then to top it off, you have 2 terrible lines. You're going to get beat on both sides of the line. The Jets' offensive line is a mess. Their defensive line is a mess. So you're not going to win you're not winning the battle in the trenches, and then you don't have the quarterbacks to compete with that. And just imagine you're sitting there with the Jets, and I get it. Historically, normally, yes, you do look at the Jets in a division game like this, but I just can't. I don't know. I can't imagine myself watching this game and just sitting there with the Jets ticket. And you go down a score, you go down 10 points. Do you really count on the Jets to come back? We already told you they're a run-first team, right? They can't pass the ball. But you're going to have to pass the ball if you're down 7 or 10 or 14. I don't know. If I have to pick a side on this one, I'm feeling the New England Patriots here. It's really not that public of a play. Like I said, the dogs have been kind of barking a little bit too much over the last few weeks, couple weeks. I think this is a spot here for a favorite. I don't usually like this kind of breaks. I'm kind of breaking my rules here, right? But I think the side I'm feeling is the Patriots here. Let me see what you guys ended up saying. You guys are also on the. I really thought that might be a hot take because a lot of people are actually looking at the Jets, man. I'm seeing a lot of Jets, a lot of love for the Jets, man. Jerome says he's on the Patriots minus 13.5. Yeah. Another thing, guys. I've told you guys about ref trends. And I'm like, yo, pay attention to these ref trends. They have given some information. I came on here and I told you one of the things I had the Packers on Monday, but one of the things that made me nervous about taking the Packers was the ref trends. They were favoring the Eagles. I came on here and I told you guys they were favoring the Eagles. Well, it's favoring the Patriots today. Okay, that's because home teams with the head referee Alan Eck, they are 25-15 against the number 63% under Alan Eck. Home teams that are favored at home are 21-9, 70% against the number. Teams that are favored by more than 3, by a field goal or more, are 16-5 against the number with this head referee, 76%. Historically, I haven't really put too much emphasis into those ref trends, but I've seen them pay off a little bit lately, man. So take that and do that with what you may. My man Junior says, I'm taking Pats minus 13.5, 100%. Go for it, brother. Pats minus 11, okay. How do you feel about DeMario getting 24 receiving yards? Who are we talking about, brother? DeMario, how deep in the depth chart are we talking about? Yeah, we're talking about the wide receiver. Well, he's normally the wide receiver 4 or 5. He's coming up now with Booty out. I wouldn't go that far into the depth chart, brother. I would be looking more towards like Hunter Henry, or you still have Stephon Diggs there, man. I'm not a big prop guy, man, so don't at me about that. Hunter Henry today or Cade Otton. Yeah, just mention Hunter Henry. I think it's a Hunter Henry kind of a game. When do the picks come out? I'll be dropping in the Discord in the next, I already announced it, in the next hour or so. I'll be dropping them in the Discord. Link is above if you go ahead and join the squad. Look at the numbers. They're identical to Brady at this point in his career. I think I did see a chart that says that, man. All right, guys. At this point, we have talked about the side and the total. Last call for NFL, man. Do y'all want to talk about some props? One thing again, I'm not a big prop guy, but maybe I should spend some more time on props. I think there's a lot of talk about the New England Patriots being out of running backs, right? And Trayvon Henderson. Hey, Trayvon Henderson, he popped off last week. He popped off last week at Tampa Bay. Stevenson is going to be out as well. Gibson is already on the IR. That would leave Terrell Jennings, the third string guy. It looks like he's questionable. It looks like he's banged up. I wouldn't really be buying into the. I would expect Jennings to play. Hopefully, if he does play, look for that running back 3 on primetime, man. You always get some specials. You always get something special on primetime. I would expect the name that you don't expect to do something. So look for maybe Terrell Jennings again. He's listed as a third string running back. I mentioned Hunter Henry on New England. And then on the Jets, do I really want to even get to the Jets? I don't even trust that Justin Fields can get them the ball. But Breece Hall, I would be looking at Breece Hall as probably the only threat on that offense. Am I going to talk about college football? Yes, I am. I am telling you, the Jets have nothing to lose. They've won 2 in a row. Book it. I think that adds on to the point that you should probably be selling on the Jets at this point. This is not the Cincinnati Bengals. This is not the Cleveland Browns. And again, they were lucky to beat the Browns, man. They got 3 touchdowns in that game that they probably usually don't get. And then on top of that, guys, I was gonna make the point about the trade deadline, right? They were sellers at the trade deadline. I came on here and I told you guys, hey, I'm not taking the Jets, but in theory, yes, you do take a team that sold at the trade deadline, right? They got rid of their players. Why do you play on that team, right? The Jets had just got rid of Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. Why would you play on that team? It's because everybody else wants to prove it wasn't them. They want to step up and fill the void. They want to prove They earned a spot on the roster, and they want to make sure they're not next. Even after the deadline, you want to make sure you still have a spot for next season. So in the first game, you play on that team. On the second game, though, they kind of revert back, right? It kind of reverts right back. Again, this kind of is like the injured player theory that I've taught you guys. So I think I think now in the second game that the Jets don't have these star players on defense. These are star players. I think they kind of revert back to what they were expected to be, what this roster is expected to be. Hey, Alex, stop. FIU versus LSU tonight. You're talking college basketball, brother. I don't have college basketball ready. I did look at the Alabama game. And yes, we're about to talk about college football. Valley, that could be a good way to look at this, man. You have Patriots by 10 and then under 49.5. I like that. Sometimes, maybe on a game like this, you have to get creative with it, man. Maybe we have to get creative with it. So over under. We talked about the over under. I'm feeling the under in this game. These are two teams that want to run the ball. The Jets, they have no other option. All they can depend on is running the ball. These are I would expect New England to dictate the pace. I would expect New England. They are the fourth slowest team in the NFL. I would expect them to dictate the pace if they're favored by this much. And again, I would expect the game plan to be a little bit vanilla here. Just get in, get out, and not go too crazy with this one. Demario Douglas, yeah. Yeah, Demario Douglas, again, he's fourth, fifth string wide receiver. The idea maybe that you don't want to you want to give some of your depth players a chance, right, and not risk injury. You're already down. Kayshon Boutte is not going to be in this game. I'm not going to talk you off of it, brother. I'm not going to talk you off of it. Like I said, I'm not a big prop guy, but it sounds good to me. All right, guys. Let's go to last call. Last call for NFL, and then we're going to go to college football. We do have a decent game in the Sun Belt today. It is Troy versus Old Dominion. Last call on NFL. Let's switch to CFB. Yep. Let's talk about Troy versus Old Dominion real quick. Guys, this is actually a decent game here in the Sun Belt Conference. Give me red for Troy. Give me blue for Old Dominion. How are you guys playing with this one? How are you guys playing this one? Red for Troy, blue for Old Dominion. Old Dominion is at home, and they're favored by 10 points at home against Troy. Red for Troy, blue for Old Dominion. How are you guys playing this one? Hit the follow button, guys, if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. That's where I give you one of my top plays for free as well. I'll be giving you one of my top plays for free. Yesterday did not come through. Let's get it today, man. Let's get a winner across today. On TikTok, I drop occasional free plays. I'm not sure if I drop one today. Maybe. We'll see. Once we get off of here, we got to update some numbers and see where we're at. Let's talk about Troy versus Old Dominion. This line opened up. Old Dominion favored by 9.5. It went up to 11.5. It's back down to 10. So you have Old Dominion here favored by 10 at home. What are these teams coming off of? You always got in football. You always got to look at these spots, right? Troy is coming off of a bye week. They lost their last game. In fact, they were rolling. They were absolutely rolling through their schedule. And then they played a home game against Arkansas State. They were favored in that game by 7.5. They were favored by over a touchdown at home, and they lost that game. They lost outright. So that does not leave a good taste in their mouth right there. Meanwhile, Old Dominion on the other side, they are coming off of a bye week, as well. A bye week. They're coming off of a bye week as well. But they went into the bye week on a good note. They won their last two games headed into the bye week. They blew out their last opponent, ULM. They were 17-point favorites in that game. Again, usually, guys, the way I see these bye weeks, if you went into the bye week on a bad note, I think you use that bye week to learn something, to fix whatever didn't work, and to get back on track, right? You have 2 weeks to get back on track. Whereas in Old Dominion's point of view, they went into the bye week on a good note. They won their last two games. They rolled in their last game. I would expect this to be a better spot for Troy coming off of their bye week on the bad note. let's look at these teams, what they want to do. Both of them are top 50, top 55 in terms of run frequency. They're pretty well balanced, but they do lean on the run game a little bit more. Old Dominion excels at the run game much better. They average 5.6 yards per carry on the ground. Troy, not as much success there. But even though Troy doesn't have a whole lot of success running the ball, Old Dominion doesn't have a whole lot of success stopping the run. They're actually one of the worst teams in defensive success rate against the run, 46.5% against the run. You do have two quarterbacks here. I think you have a little bit of a quarterback controversy with Troy. You don't know which one you're going to get. But if you get Tucker Kilcrease, he was playing pretty good for Troy, and hopefully he looked terrible in his last game. I would expect him to get the start again here, even though he's listed as listed as quarterback 2. He was playing pretty good. Old Dominion quarterback's playing pretty good as well. Colton Joseph. This offense is pretty explosive, but I think these 10 points is way too much. I'm leaning Troy here, catching 10 points on the road in the Sun Belt game. These are two top teams, or at least perceived top teams in the Sun Belt. I think this is too many points here with Old Dominion. I would be looking at Troy. What do you like, brother? Yep. So sorry if I went a little long on that one, but yeah, Troy. I think Troy catching the points is the right side to be on. We are all going under right now. I don't know what that means, brother. Y'all want to talk about the total? Oh, my bad. Is that why? Sorry, man. I meant the side. We were talking about the side first. Red for Troy, blue for Old Dominion, man. Sorry if I messed that up. Troy plus 10. Yeah, Nathan. I think we're on the same thing, man. Eric says, I've been in the court for a week. The free plays been mostly wins. If we cash this weekend, I'm joining. Sounds good, brother. Yeah, I'm going to try to get those free plays back on track. They've actually just been back and forth a little bit, man. We're going to get back on track. We had a good win in midweek MAC action this week. But, yeah, Heat didn't go our way yesterday. They had a good lead, man. They just freaking NBA with their a lead is never safe. Let's talk about the total. All right, sounds good to me, man. Let's get to the total between Troy and Old Dominion. How are you guys going to play this one? Give me red for the over. Give me blue for the under. We are talking football, guys. This is college football. Week 12. Red for the over, blue for the under. How are you guys playing the total between Troy and Old Dominion? Do not take a minute of this for granted, guys. This is week 12 already in college football. Week 11 in NFL. My dog just bugging, guys. But do not take it for granted, man. Do not take it for granted. Next thing you know, it's going to be Nerfy season. And we're going to be taking Nerfies in a Rockies game, brother. Come on, man. What up, man? You want to be the star of the show? You're not the star of the show. Get out of here. Red for the over, blue for the under. Troy versus Old Dominion here. Guys, when I'm looking at totals, I gotta go straight to what do these teams want to do? I told you they're both pretty good they're both pretty consistent, pretty balanced, right? They don't run the ball a whole lot. They're both top 50, okay? Out of 136 teams, that's not bad. That tells me you're pretty good balance. But what really concerns me here for taking an under, right, is that you have two pretty fast-paced teams. In fact, Old Dominion is number 23 in terms of their pace. That is pretty fast, and I don't want anything to do with an under when you're moving at a fast pace like that. They also don't hold on to the ball. They don't play that keep away offense, and they don't control the time of possession, so that's not good. Troy, 52 in terms of pace, so kind of above average too in terms of pace. These are two teams that on paper, it looks like you have a good defense here for Troy, but on the road, it doesn't really take a hit. In fact, actually, on the road, Troy plays better on offense, and Old Dominion also plays better on offense at home. So in their respective road and home splits, they're in the situations where they do score a little bit more. They do score more points. I think the right side of the total, and the market is kind of telling you as well, this thing has moved from 52.5 up to 53.5. The public is actually on the under. I think the right side of the total is the over here, guys. Again, I wouldn't be comfortable with an under with two teams that move at a relatively fast pace. Old Dominion really goes at a fast pace. I think the right side of the total is to be on the over here, guys. Again, you do have very capable quarterbacks too. If you do have Tucker going for Troy, Colton Joseph for Old Dominion, very good. very good quarterback there in the Sun Belt for Sun Belt standards. Pretty good. I think the right side is the over. Lamb and Judkins for McCaffrey and Shakir. Brother, I'm not a big prop guy or fantasy football. I wish I could help you, brother. I don't want to guide you in the wrong direction. What about Patriots and Jets? We have already discussed Patriots and Jets. Let me know if you have any questions about like the over or the under. Red for the over. Yep. All right, guys. We have talked about the side and the total for the college football game. I think the right side to be on is Troy. I think the right total to be on would be the over in this game between Troy and Old Dominion. We talked about NFL. I'm feeling the under here between the Jets and the Patriots because both teams go at both of them are top 10 in run frequency. They both want to run the ball. New England goes at a slow pace here. They're the fourth slowest pace, so I would expect them to dictate the pace a little bit. On offense and on third downs, I would expect them to convert some third downs, but not all of them. So that's kind of good. You kind of want a middle of the pack there. You don't want it to convert too many third downs, so you're scoring, and you don't want to convert no third downs really either. And then on the defensive side, you do have two of the top 11 teams in terms of third down defense. The New York Jets. We know they're no offense and better at defense. New England, good on both sides of the ball, but it does take two teams to tango to get an over. And again, New England could win this game freaking 35-7, and it's still an under. What side would I rather be on? I'm pretty torn on the side, guys. I really haven't decided. In theory, the right side. You should be looking at the Jets. In theory, you should be looking at the Jets. You have 2 touchdowns, right? You're catching almost 2 touchdowns here, but I just can't get to the Jets given that they're coming off of two straight wins, which is weird for the New York Jets. And specifically last week, that was fluky. That was really fluky with 2 special team touchdowns, a punt return, and a kickoff return. And then you had a screen pass go all the way. If you don't get that screen pass for Justin Fields, he ends up with negative passing yards for the second game this season. I can't trust an offense like that. I can't trust a Jets team that just can't pass the ball. They're strictly run only. That's their only option. And if you get down on the scoreboard, I wouldn't feel comfortable with a team like that to come back. I think the right side, the side I could play would probably be the Patriots. But this might be a game you have to get a little bit creative with, man. Might have to look at team totals. Might have to look at teasing this. So don't try to guess my plays. But the idea is if you're already feeling something, hopefully you got some good information and you know what to do from here. If you want my top plays, link is in bio if you guys want to join the squad. Troy plus 10. Yeah, I think that's the right side there, Monster. I got over 33. How did you get over 33, brother? Pat's cover. Yeah, I think we're feeling the same thing there, man. Dang, you guys have a lot of fantasy questions, brother. I wish I could help, man. Half PPR. I didn't even know half PPR is a thing. What you get half points per reception, brother. I wish I could help you, man. But I kind of stay to my lane, man. I stick to my lane, size and totals. Who do you think will win between the Cardinals and the Niners? What's up, SGA? What's up, brother? That's gonna be a good one there. That's gonna be a good one. I have been studying up on my NFL for Sunday, and that one looks like a decent spot. That one looks like a decent spot for the Niners, man. Let me pull up my notes on that one real quick, because you have the 49ers. They got their butts whooped. They got their absolute butt whoops there by the Rams. Arizona, they got their butts whooped as well. But again, Arizona was just kind of, for a long time, just kind of hanging in there. We saw that bubble burst last week. I just think when it comes to overall rosters, hey, no, the dog shouldn't be barking. Okay, he's going crazy now. I'm feeling San Francisco there, man. I think they're the better team, the better roster. Arizona, they had a nice little run about just staying in the games. I'm feeling San Francisco there, man. The Jets ML. Come on, brother. You're not even playing that. Purdue tonight. I don't have too much on college football. I just know, man, you can carry the concepts that you do with college football, carry them to college basketball. You do have a lower ranked team that's favored at home with Alabama, so keep that in mind, man. Take that for what you wish. Do you think the Patriots can win this game? Yeah, win the game. Yes, I would expect them to win the game. Start with the side. Yep, we talked about the side in the total. All right, guys. If you have any other questions that I missed out on, my bad. I tried to get to everybody. Drop your whatever questions you have on my last video. I will respond before game time. I will literally respond before game time. So drop any questions you have there, and I'll get back to you, man. Thank you for the gifts, man. I appreciate it. Abel, thank you. La Cinta, thank you as well. Do you think the Jets will cover? So I was pretty stuck on that one for a little bit, but in theory, yes. In theory, you do look at the Jets and try to get two, and you get 2 touchdowns with the division dog. I don't think that. I think if I were going to the side, I think I would have to break my rules today, though. The Jets are just not a team that are built to come back, and I would expect the Patriots to have some sort of lead here. And again, they got very lucky last week with the special team touchdowns, man. That's not sustainable. I'm feeling the Cardinals at home catching 3 points against the Niners. And both teams got completely blown out. I don't think the spot really favors anybody. It's just at what point do you have the Cardinals team just giving up? I really got to look at injuries in that game. It just off of the sounds of it, I don't see anything really favorable to really make a solid point on that game, man. What did you say for the Jets game? For the Jets game, I'm feeling the Patriots is the side, I think, is the right side to be on. I think the under is the right total to be on. I have not locked anything in. I'm just kind of shooting the ship right now, just kind of giving you guys a good idea of what I'll probably be on. But link in bio if you guys want to join the squad. My man Jets District says the Jets cover. We'll see, brother. We'll see. Again, I might have to lay off of the side completely. We will see, guys. Hit the follow button if you guys want to see more of these breakdowns. I give you guys breakdowns every single day, man. Give you guys analysis. Occasionally, I give you guys free picks as well. But again, for the most part, the channel is about giving you guys breakdowns and just sharing what the thought process is. I think that's way more valuable than just coming out here giving you guys picks, man. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you guys want picks, man, there's people literally just dancing on TikTok and just dropping the picks. Like, literally don't say a word. They just dance. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, man. What's the pick on the over-under? So, again, guys, I'm not out here giving you guys picks, but if I were playing the college football game, I think the right side to be on is Troy. I think the right side of the total to be on is the over. Again, 2 fast-paced teams there with quarterbacks that are capable of throwing the ball. Old Dominion, man. That's here. That's a Virginia game. I'm in Virginia. That's in the South. What's it like? It's chilly today, but it's not super ice cold where you think where you would think it would be an under or something. Watch the final score be 13-0 and kill both sides for everybody. That's true. That's true. All right, guys. Whatever other follow-up questions you have, drop it on my last video. I will respond before game time. Have a great day, guys. Be blessed. Be responsible. Play responsible, man. Are these the greatest games of all time? No, they're not. So don't go crazy with it, guys. And I've already worked on the college football slate and the NFL slate. We got some really good games this weekend, man. So spare the ammo. Don't go crazy with these games. But yeah, man, the party starts tonight. The weekend starts tonight. Let's kick it off right. If you want to join the Discord, link is in bio. Catch you guys next time. Peace.